Seven Deadly Sins Season 1. Okay, to start off, we had these two niggas. They walked back to the crib only to find every single one of the little Holy Night niggas fucking slaughtered. I'm talking spears and chests, swords and throats. Niggas was fucked up. Blood everywhere. It looked like a nuke mixed with Hurricane Katrina just hit this motherfucker. I'm like, goddamn. Only to shortly find out afterwards that it was only 7 niggas who did this to them. Who the fuck was these 7 niggas? Who the fuck was it? Literally in a split second, I realized, oh shit, you're a dumbass. The show's called Seven Deadly Sins. I'm sure y'all probably got that too. It turns out to be the 7 Deadly Sins was the 7 niggas who did it, which I can see why they got a name like that now. Shit. 10 years later, we meet the main character, Meliodas. He runs a bar with his little pet pig. The nigga ugly as hell. He got these whack-ass motherfucking witch boots on. But yeah, he's chilling in his bar. Then one day, a big-ass motherfucker in like a night suit or something like that walks up in Meliodas' bar talking about some 7 Deadly Sins this, 7 Deadly Sins that, and then out of nowhere passes the fuck out. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Did like this nigga just walk in the bar passing out and shit already? What the hell? The knight's helmet comes flying off, and it turns out to be Elizabeth, another one of the main characters. Whole time this nigga Meliodas trying to fuck. Let's just be real. Hey, if you watch the show, you already know. Whole time this nigga Meliodas is simping like a bitch. That nigga just wanted to fuck. Just being real. Don't be mad at me. A few minutes later, some niggas come knocking at the door talking about some, where the fuck is Elizabeth at? I'm like, oh, who the fuck is these niggas? Get them off the property. I'm not fucking with these niggas already. Don't even know who they are. Not feeling a vibe. So Lil Piggy and Meliodas or whatever. What the fuck is the pig's name again? Hawk. That's right. The nigga's name is Hawk. My fault. It's been a minute since I watched this anime, y'all. It's been a minute. Anyways, one of the apprentices of the Holy Knights ends up chasing him, trying to kill him. Then it's revealed that Elizabeth is actually a princess of the kingdom. But that's not stopping this nigga. He is still coming for blood, swinging that sword like motherfucking Babe Ruth, swinging a baseball bat, trying to chop shit off. Then this little baby ass, midget ass, mini me ass nigga, motherfucking sucking milk out the titty still ass nigga Meliodas gonna come in and try to box with him. And I'm like, Meliodas, what the fuck is your little ass finna do against this large ass man? What was I just talking about whenever Krillin was trying to fight Nappa? Fuck are you doing that for? You don't got shit to prove. David and Goliath? No, this ain't what this is. Anyways, yeah, long story short, he one taps this nigga. Like real shit, hit this nigga one time. Nigga armor broke. He flew about 3,000 feet in the air, screaming like a little bitch. I'm like, God damn! Whoa! Hold on, nigga. What the fuck? And it fucked me up even more because he swung at this nigga with a broken ass sword. I'm not talking just like the tip of his broke off. Like it was just a handle and like 2 inches of sword. And he hit this nigga like Thor's hammer just smacked him. What the fuck? Like, nah, bro, Meliodas, hold on. No, nigga, I got questions for you. Like, nigga, who the fuck are you? Hold on. All that shit I was just talking about midgets and titty milk and all that. Yeah, I'll take all that back, okay? Meliodas, I'm not playing with you, my nigga. You got it. Then he tells Elizabeth that he's one of the 7 deadly sins. Okay, now everything's making sense, because with the way he just hit that nigga, he literally knocked his ass into next episode. Like, no cap. And he invites Elizabeth to search for the rest of the sins with him. Then Hawk's mom, who's like a big-ass grass green looking at pig, comes through to pick him up. I guess that's like their little transportation. That's their appa of sorts. They arrive at this little village. Turns out the village can't get any water because a knight named Gill Thunder like stabbed a big-ass sword into the ground, and somehow that like fucked up the waterways. Only another holy knight had the power to pull it out. So yeah, basically the whole village, I remember they had like strings or something like that. All them niggas was on some 3, 2, 1 tug type shit and still couldn't get that sword out the ground. I'm like, god damn, that nigga must have used Gorilla Glue or some shit. Niggas use Gorilla Glue for everything, by the way. Long story short, this nigga Meliodas walk up and pull that bitch out effortlessly as fuck, like a toothpick out of some styrofoam or some shit like that. And I'm like, god damn, alright my nigga, that's my what the fuck moment number 2 with this little ass nigga. Then the Gill Thunder nigga who originally planted that sword in the first place heard that somebody removed his sword or whatever, so this nigga grabs a big ass spear and launches that bitch all the way across like forests or whatever to that same village. This nigga Meliodas gonna catch that bitch like Odell catching the football at the 5-yard line. Nigga, I'm talking like this bitch was coming in so hot. Hold on, I'm gonna try to add the video to the clip. This bitch was coming in so hot that when this nigga caught that bitch, it had like lightning coming off of it, bruh. It ripped this nigga's sleeve off. Nigga caught that bitch like Odell and chucked that motherfucker back. And not only did he chuck it back, he chucked it back with such accuracy that it almost took this nigga Gill Thunder's head off. I'm like, hey, yo, alright, my nigga. Meliodas, bro, what the fuck are you on, alright? That's 3 now. That's 3 already. They continue traveling and end up at this real foggy forest or whatever. And I remember there was like a bunch of Elizabeth clones at one point. These niggas was playing around with like a motherfucking genjutsu or some shit. Looked like some Naruto shadow clones. Long story short, this nigga Meliodas eventually cracked the code. You already know what it is. Sliced through these niggas like a chef chopping up some veggies. That was that. After Meliodas did that, the enemies retreated back to the person who sent them or whatever. Turns out it was actually another one of the sins, Diane. Who the fuck is Diane? What does she do? Let me break it down to you. Diane is a big ass bitch. Nah, my nigga, like real life, she probably about 100 feet tall. Picked this nigga Meliodas up like he was a little ass baby doll, start rubbing his cheeks and shit. I'm like, whoa, this bitch is big as hell. Fucking Amazonian, goddamn Clifford the Big Red Dog. Bitch look like a goddamn Titan, the colossal Titan, matter of fact. Bitch was big as hell. I'm like, damn, I'm really thrown off, but at the same time, I'm kind of intrigued because that's just so much different than like Meliodas' little ass slicing shit with his little 5% sword. Now you got a big ass bit like that. Okay, hold on, let me see what the rest of the scene's looking like. We'll get there though, we'll get there. Let's keep going. Then Gill Thunder bitch ass pull up. Okay, this is where I'm starting to realize like Gill Thunder is really a fucking problem. Gill Thunder turning out to be a little bitch. I don't like this nigga. Pink hair ass nigga, Barbie doll ass nigga. My fault. Moving on. Gill Thunder ended up hitting Meliodas with a crazy ass strike. I'm like, damn, was it really that easy? I thought Meliodas was like that, but I guess not. I guess Gill Thunder's the new nigga. Whole time Meliodas was just faking it just to get info out of him. I'm like, damn, alright, you kinda smart. Yeah, so after that he got the information of where to find the next sins and everything. Then Diane picks this nigga up again like a little ass Barbie doll and chucks this nigga out the park. You a sin or an MLB pitcher, like shit. Throughout the fights, Meliodas sustained some injuries, so he ended up passing out, so they had to take him to a little doctor. A crazy bitch who had like some bugs. Nah, yeah, she had bugs and a crazy ass little swarm attack thing going on. She started fucking with him, and Diane ends up having to go try to find the next one on her own. The next sin, this nigga named Barn, right? So he actually hears that the rest of the gang coming for him or whatever, so this nigga just breaks out of his little cell by himself, which off rip, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Nigga, you could have broke out of that cell at any time. What the fuck? So that was already my what the fuck moment for him. Then the nigga tried to attack him or whatever. Whole time this nigga was bobbing and weaving in a way to which they cut his hair. He had a big ass beard and long ass hair. This nigga had a fresh cut. Looked like he just left the barber shop. I'm like, okay, Bond is clearly not one to fuck with. This is one not to play with. I ain't playing with this nigga. I'm not. You can, I'm not. Next, a Holy Knight randomly gonna pop up in the room that Meliodas is like bedridden in and try to snatch this nigga's sword. He fucked up major because that ended up waking Meliodas up actually, revealing the little curse mark thing that he had on his head. Immediately showing this nigga that he cannot fuck with Meliodas in any way, shape, or form. So he real live, like real shit, jumps out the window and starts sprinting the fuck away, bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga, pussy ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie, like I wouldn't have did the same shit, but the difference is my black ass would have never appeared in that room to try to take the nigga's sword in the first place. I don't care if the nigga unconscious or not. Got me fucked up. Skipping past a lot of the filler shit. Oh, actually, no. There was this one little joint that they ended up going against who she had almost like another genjutsu type of power to where she can make you hallucinate or whatever. Whole time she got Meliodas and Diane fighting each other. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, this shit is crazy as hell. Then the nigga with the bugs pops back up on some crazy shit and ends up trying to get one of the little civilians who Elizabeth vowed to protect. So she comes running back after the civilian little nigga to come save him. She gets fucked up. I think her like hand or something got messed up. So she gets to him or whatever. Whole time the little nigga that she was trying to save ends up being another fucking Holy Knight who was the one who actually was putting the hallucinations on Meliodas and Diane. I'm like, damn. Ooh, also keep in mind while all of this is going on, this nigga Bond got stabbed in his shit. But yeah, moving back to the one nigga, he smacks this bitch Elizabeth upside her dome. My nigga swung this little stick thing so damn hard, it looked like he was trying to chop down a motherfucking tree. So yeah, this nigga rocked Elizabeth's shit, but in the process of doing that, again, he hit this bitch so damn hard that his little thing broke. The little bell that was attached to it ended up breaking off, and that was the whole thing that was causing the illusions. So his dumb ass done fucked up because now Meliodas and Diane done snapped out of it. Meliodas fucks that nigga up with the quickness, and Diane makes simple work out of the bug nigga too. Jumping back over to Bond, like I said, he got stabbed in his shit, but this is when we realized that he can actually heal himself. I'm like, oh shit, these niggas are just getting more and more OP by the episode. When Meliodas and Bond linked back up, they was on some gang shit. Like I'm talking, they was so happy. Them niggas was lit doing handshakes or whatever. These niggas fucking around, start play fighting or whatever, end up breaking down the whole little palace joint or castle or fuck was they at, dungeon? I don't know where they was at, but they broke down the whole shit, and that's how they ended up escaping. They go to try to find the next sin, and Bond has a flashback trying to drink from the fountain of youth, but this little ass girl's like, no nigga. He tried it again, he was like, no nigga. She's like, why? What the fuck? Like, why can't I drink here? And she basically explained to him that if you drink from this fountain of youth, the whole goddamn forest is gonna die, my nigga. Do you really want to drink from it? He realized he was wrong. He was like, all right, my bad. Now with the flashback, jumping back to the present, and they end up finding the next sin. It's my nigga King, right? Ends up stabbing the shit out this nigga Bond. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Hold on. Is this not his man's, or is this not another sin? Why the fuck is he like? Is this nigga hypnotized too? Is this another little genjutsu shit going on? Turns out Bond didn't even recognize this nigga because he looked a lot different. I don't know if this nigga was on some Weight Watchers or whatever, but King was fat as hell. Now he look like a little ass kid. Then King ends up taking off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Turns out he got a crush on Diane's big ass. The nigga was embarrassed. Then I guess to go to the next place they needed to go to, they needed a little memory. Only memory they had was the one that Bond had with the Fountain of Youth and the little girl. Guess that was enough because these niggas instantly teleported there to the little spot. Then Bond sees the little shorty and takes off after her. The whole time, by the way, King was actually like plotting. He was spying. He teleported and transported with them. They just didn't know it at the time. And one of the Holy Knights who was after the sins stabbed her fucking self with her own fingers. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how the fuck that even worked. Just to get to the spot where the sins was. Turns out Elaine was the girl from the Fountain of Youth that the Bond was just chasing. Elaine is the sister of this nigga King. And this nigga Bond is immortal and shit, right? So the whole time King's trying to press this nigga because he thinks that he's the reason that his sister dead. Because obviously you're immortal, right? You must have drunk from the Fountain of Youth, dickhead. What the fuck you do my sister like that for? Can't even blame bro for thinking like that. I would have probably been thinking the same shit. So King salty ass turns Bond to stone on some Medusa shit, and it was just pointless because Elaine, her little spirit, ended up breaking him out of that or whatever. Then we get the flashback showing that Bond actually did not do it. This nigga Bond really didn't drink from the Fountain of Youth. The whole time this nigga was really feeling his sister, like feeling her. What? Yeah, off rip, I'm like, whoa. How old is this little girl? Hold on, my nigga Bond, you look a little grown. This little girl look at you a little young. What's going on here, my nigga? After some research, I definitely did my digging because you know I wasn't finna let that slide, especially not in one of my videos. Y'all got me fucked up. I guess it's an elf, a couple 100 years old. I don't give a fuck, nigga. It's still kind of weird to me just because, nigga, how she look. She look like a kid. So what's that mean? If she ain't there, you gonna go after another girl who looked that young? Wah! But yeah, they ended up getting attacked. Force ended up getting destroyed. And she actually, like, forced this man to drink. Like, there was one cup left from the Fountain of Youth. She put that shit in her mouth and, like, kissed that nigga, made out with him type shit, and forced him to drink it. So he was the one who lived and she died. Crazy ass sacrifice. That's love. It's hella weird, but that's love. When the Holy Knight girl gets there, she ends up being strong as a bitch. Like she was fucking them niggas up for a good little minute. Then King talked with his sister, whatever. She was like, yeah, it wasn't him, yada, yada, yada. King hops back in, they end up winning. The whole reason that they won that really was because of that nigga King, right? Not that King is that much stronger than everybody else, but King actually had his weapon, aka his treasure. And he explained to these niggas like, yo, y'all motherfuckers was damn near useless in that fight because y'all don't got your fucking treasures, bro. Y'all are weak as hell. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? Step it up. Get in the gym, weak ass niggas. They realize, oh shit, this little nigga right. We gotta find our treasures. So first they end up finding Diane's treasure, which is like some big ass, like hammer looking type thing. Goddamn hammer pickaxe hybrid shit. Look dangerous as fuck. Bitch already big as fuck. If she hit a nigga with that, god damn, he's done for. So yeah, they go to get it, but the niggas in the village is like, whoa, fuck is you doing? You can't just take this, my nigga. You cannot just take this shit, bro. You gotta enter this tournament and fight for that shit. Simple. First round, the niggas made quick work out of everybody. Then they go to the quarterfinals, and then it's this big ass Holy Knight, swole body ass, long hair ass nigga, and this little ass girl. I'm like, bro, he's about to really step on shit. What the fuck? And she whoops his ass. I'm like, what the fuck? Her little cloak and hat comes off. Turns out it's Diane. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? Why is she little as fuck? Nigga, last time I checked, this bitch was 100 feet tall, not 4'8". I guess her and Elizabeth was in the woods fucking around with some flour, got sprayed. She's normal size now. But it don't matter because the bitch can clearly box. Next is King versus this drunk old man. I'm thinking like, damn, King is about to really wash this nigga. Like, is he gonna take it easy on him because he's old? The whole time I forgot that this tournament you couldn't use any weapons, which I'm like, that's still no big deal. King probably got hands. I'm sure that nigga can box a little bit. Turns out that nigga's useless as fuck without his weapon. So this old man whoops his ass. I'm like, damn, King, what the fuck? Then last fight of this round, we had Bond versus Meliodas. So at first, Bond was actually really working this nigga Meliodas, but then Meliodas got that goddamn curse mark fucking tattoo on his motherfucking forehead and turned shit up. Punched this nigga into the next millennium. Moving on to the semis, Diane faces this nigga who got some crazy ass wind power or whatever, but she ends up doing some wild double knee pile driver and hitting this nigga into the earth so hard that it split the whole goddamn arena, the whole goddamn city, the whole goddamn everything. Damn near split my head open. I had a fucking headache after that shit. Next is Meliodas versus the fierce ass old man. Hold on, why this nigga kind of look like Trunks a little bit, like an old ass Trunks. Anyways, that's for another time. But yeah, old cuz confronts him like, yo, you the reason the kingdom fell, this, that, the third. Like, I know who you are, you was sin, yada, yada, yada. Meliodas talks to him, he's like, bro, I'm just being real with you. I really did not try to betray shit. I'm the one who tried to save the kingdom. Ends up convincing cuz he believes it, and that nigga forfeits, and Meliodas wins. Then obviously the championship is Meliodas versus Diane. Don't really give a fuck, doesn't matter who wins, they got her treasure back. Elizabeth's sister popped up trying to get her to come back home. Meliodas steps in front of Elizabeth, protecting her from her sister. Obviously, her sister can't get through that nigga Meliodas. So she pulls out this like purple crystal looking thing that I guess like traps demons or can trap spirits, demonic spirits or whatever. So she captured this nigga Meliodas. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? She got a real live like Pokeball and really grabbed this nigga up. He's gone. Like that nigga vanished. Then they was like running and fighting or something like that. And they ended up like tripping up. Yo, what type of crazy ass klutz ass shit? What the fuck was this? They end up tripping a landmine. That bitch booms up. Elizabeth's sister sees it and like protects her. So she took all the damage. Elizabeth's sister ends up dying or whatever. Obviously the curse or the spell or whatever was lifted and Meliodas ends up popping back. But when this nigga popped back, he was big fucking tatty. Looked like this nigga really just had every fucking coupon for Ink Masters in the world. Looked like this nigga just served 15 years in the pen and got his whole body tatted type shit. Then we go back to the one Holy Knights who was strong as a bitch. And Meliodas, like I said, he's still in this little demon kind of tatted the fuck up stage or whatever. This nigga's like lucid, like he wasn't all the way in there. It was almost like he was hypnotized or possessed by some shit. He fucks these niggas right up. I'm talking made these niggas look like some motherfucking toddlers. One ended up like hitting Meliodas and grabbing his sword, which Meliodas is really protective over that because I guess that was like the key to unlock or to the key to reviving the spirit people. And we also found out Bond has a plan of talking to the gods to bring his little his little 5-year-old back to life. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this weirdo shit. Weirdo. Fast forward a little bit, they fighting this nigga. I think his name was Dawn Roar. That's some hard shit, ain't it? Dawn Roar. Hey, come on. Then there's another big ass like armored giant. Then pops up the next Sin Gother, who I guess was traveling with the big ass giant. What the fuck? Don't ask why, cause I don't fucking know why. To avoid a 3-way fight, crazy massacre type thing, Gother literally chops the fucking giant's head off, like really decapitates this nigga in an instant and hands over his fucking head to the Dawn Roar nigga. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? What? Shit all happened so fast. I was literally sitting here confused as hell looking at my screen. That was their mission to stop the big armored giant. So yeah, once Gother handed over the head, these niggas was cool. They was like, cool, that's my job. I'm not here to get y'all niggas. We're good. Then the old man from the tournament, the old head Trunks looking ass nigga, comes to the bar knowing that it's Meliodas' bar, ends up having a talk with Elizabeth and tells the backstory of a lady who was supposed to get executed, who Meliodas ended up saving, who ended up actually being Meliodas' girl. He gives Elizabeth the sword that Meliodas' girl Liz tried to give to Meliodas a while back. Elizabeth tosses it to Meliodas, giving it to this nigga at the perfect time. He literally zigzags the fuck out of this demon, chops this nigga up like chopped cheese, diced this nigga up like pineapple, diced him up like potatoes or some shit like that. And that was that. Whole time Meliodas' sword is still gone. The one nigga's using it to try to contact the demon race. Meliodas is talking to the rest of the gang in the bar like, yo, well, y'all can help me get my sword back. Basically, everyone else is looking at him like, fuck no, nigga. Then another demon bitch witch pops up out of nowhere and just snags Elizabeth and just disappears from thin air. So now the niggas got no choice. Diane grabs these niggas and tosses them to where they need to go. Then King uses this little ugly ass mutt to teleport Elizabeth inside the castle, where she is then confronted by all these motherfucking holy knights. She was looking at this niggas like, oh shit, this was not the fucking plan. One cuz ended up actually being strong as hell, started giving her that work, that damage. As she was walking away, like one of the tops of the buildings ended up collapsing, and it was about to fall on Lil Bro, who I think was one of the holy knights' little brother. Last second, Diane jumps on top of cuz, shielding him from the impact. Whole time Hauser and Gita was watching and they peeped it, and I guess that motivated them enough to fight against the other guys and protect Diane. I was like, hell yes, let's fucking go. So those two was going against a strong ass motherfucker. I think his name was Dreyfus, yeah. So they was going against Dreyfus and realized, again, Dreyfus is strong as a bitch. Like, y'all can't beat Dreyfus. Then Gother pops up in the scene, starts fighting, ends up like punching the shit out the nigga, and ends up having to try to cast a spell on him, put him in like a crazy permanent nightmare. This nigga broke out of the nightmare. Just broke out of the shit and stabbed Gother. Gother fell down at the time, didn't know if dead or just unconscious, and Dreyfus was really fucked up off the mental strain of being in that little nightmare or whatever. Nigga was shook up. Like that nigga looked down bad for real. Like this nigga just seen some shit that he shouldn't have seen, because he did. And ends up having to go retreat to recover or whatever. King pops up to confront Helbram because he was beating the fuck up on Diane. Turns out this nigga Helbram was King's mans for real back in the day. Which, by the way, I don't know why I look at Helbram off rip. I got a big little Zelda vibe just because like the color scheme and the goddamn motherfucking goddamn wings, you know, like there was the fairies and Zelda and shit like that. I don't know. That was just the first thing that popped in my head. But yeah, then we get a big backstory lore thing. Long story short, Helbram was getting fucked up. King ends up having to leave, ends up getting fucked up his damn self. Nigga hit him so hard that he lost all his fucking memory. This is when King finds young Diane, and then he was trying to get his memories back, and then it wasn't until a local village was getting attacked that he kind of got his memories back. Whole time it was this nigga Helbram who was responsible for the fucking attack. He just been in disguise as this one nigga who was the one nigga who ended up actually like killing his peoples in the first place. But yeah, Helbram was just in disguise and just going around slaughtering motherfuckers because he's mad because niggas killed off his fairy race. Like, damn, bro, chill the fuck out, Helbram. You are really wilding out here, my nigga. Damn. Long story short, King ends up having to kill Helbram. Sad as fuck. And he gets sentenced to like 1,000 years in prison because he couldn't protect niggas from the attack or some shit like that. Some fucking bullshit. Free my nigga. On some smooth shit, King uses his powers and like shoots a motherfucking a little flower at this bitch like a dart, and she ends up actually forgetting who the fuck he was, you know, just while he serves out his time, you know. I don't want you thinking about me for 1,000 years type shit. I feel you on that, King. Jump back to present time. That was all flashback, by the way. Damn, my nigga King has to kill his mans again. He gotta kill Helbram again. What the fuck? Shit is crazy, man. Never trust niggas, man. Even your own niggas. It be your own niggas sometimes. So jumping back over to basically the good knights fighting the bad knights. Bad knights end up winning. Like I said, these niggas was strong as a bitch. Meliodas ends up having to step in, of course. The two good knights was getting controlled anyways, which Meliodas ends up releasing them from that. So now they're fully free to fight freely. So Cuz takes out one of the knights, leaving only one more left. And then out of nowhere pops this bit Merlin, bro. I'm like, god damn. And Merlin uses her little spells or whatever to take out the last bit. Switching over to Bond, he ends up talking to the gods, trying to get his little girl back or whatever, and they're like, yeah, you can get your little girl back, you just gotta kill this nigga Meliodas. I'm like, oh shit, how's this gonna play out? Then the one nigga Hendrickson ends up being alive after we thought he was dead the whole time. He drunk demon's blood or something like that, and that ended up triggering something in all the holy knights, because I guess they had something with demons in them or whatever, turned all these niggas into monsters. I'm like, god damn, does it ever end? Not excluding Helbram. That nigga ends up coming back to life on some demon shit. So Hendrickson bodies Meliodas and Gill Thunder both, and Elizabeth basically just pleads and is like, look, leave them alone, I'll come with you or whatever, I'll sacrifice myself to keep these niggas alive. Then to end this episode, Bond and Hawk pop back up, and Bond really just says fuck it and just attacks this nigga Meliodas straight up. I'm like, damn, nigga didn't waste no time, got straight to it. Then the niggas were boxing, which eventually they were like, whoa, hold on, let's just save this shit until we get all this other shit figured out first. Okay, deal, truce. Switching back over to this nigga Helbram yet again. This nigga was basically just being controlled on some zombie spirit type shit, like, nigga, please kill me, get me out of here. So King has to kill this nigga again, a third fucking time, having to kill your best friend. God damn, niggas is ruthless, savage. Then Dravis and Hendrickson start fighting the whole time again. This nigga's on some demon shit, you know you can't beat him, so Hendrickson ends up beating Dravis. Then all the Sins was fighting Hendrickson. They smack him into this big ass like rock mountain type shit. When all the rocks crumbled out, it showed the face of the demon that ended up killing Bond's girl, which is how this nigga was on demon time in the first place. This nigga was drinking demon blood. He was literally just drinking the blood of that fucking demon, the dead ass demon. Sicko, nasty ass nigga. They smack Cuz into the ground, follow him into the ground, go to the end of the tunnel, and find him next to another demon body. This nigga sucks the blood out of the demon body, which in the past no one has ever been able to handle it because they wasn't strong enough. The whole time this nigga is strong enough now. He injects it into himself and he takes on his final form. They're back to the surface, and it's just like 1v however many niggas are trying to fight this crazy ass motherfucker because you can't beat him right now. This nigga's too damn strong. This nigga throws a crazy looking blast at Meliodas, and then Hawk jumps in the way and takes it, man. Shout out to Hawk, man. We love you, Hawk. RIP Hawk, all that. Now Hawk's death enraged the shit out of Elizabeth, right? And she started glowing. I'm like, whoa, wait, Elizabeth got powers too? What the fuck? I'm dead serious, y'all. Like, Elizabeth real shit went Super Saiyan for a second. And with Elizabeth's powers, she countered the next attack, which also like bloomed all the flowers, rejuvenated all the land around them, all of the injured Sins and holy knights and just people of the city. Everyone in range all got healed. It was crazy. I'm like, damn, she got niggas back to 100. But sad enough as it is, it healed you, but it couldn't bring nobody back to life. So again, RIP Hawk, man. RIP Hawk. Then also there was like a little cutscene where it showed Elizabeth's sister, like the one who we thought died from the little fucking landmine, watching from a distance, very much alive. I was hella confused at this point. Did her shit bring her back to life and not Hawk back to life, or did she just never die in the first place? I don't fucking know. I don't know. So now that everybody's healed, it's everybody versus bro. Everyone's all attacking him, trying to take him out. You know what I mean? And Meliodas ends up taking all the damage, which he was actually taking all the damage to be able to spit that back out and hit, bro. So with all that force and power he generated, he smacked that nigga and like one-shotted the nigga. Same shit he did in the first episode, like I was just talking about. He one-shotted that nigga again. Meliodas is not to be fucked with under any circumstance, my nigga. Killed him off just like that, and then from the ashes, a little mini Hawk was born. So again, it was RP Hawk, but you know what I mean? It's like he still lives on through another character, so that was lit. That was really good to see. Merlin ends up telling Meliodas she can't find the coffin of eternal darkness, which is used to summon the demon race, so he's like, what the fuck, nigga, sad as fuck. Then everybody looked up in the sky and spotted some crazy ass goddamn gargoyle phoenix looking dark creature flying over the city. Elizabeth disobeys the fuck out of her father and runs away with Meliodas. Vaughn just dipped out from the group to go like travel or explore, I guess. I don't fucking know. Then we get a little flashback from Liz's last words to Meliodas, talking about how they will meet again. Very interesting. Then after the credits, in the very last scene, Gill Thunder found a bunch of books with the markings that were on Meliodas and Hendrix, questioning what the fuck father was really doing, putting a crazy ass end to season 1, really making niggas want to keep watching. So that was it, man. That was season 1. That's the real nigga review. Let me know what the fuck y'all was thinking, and let me know if y'all want the next one, or let me know what other show y'all want. Peace. Bye.